A new study from Sweden proves that asshole behavior at the workplace is contagious. According to the researchers from Lund University, workplace rudeness is contagious. When one employee gets away with being an asshole, making fun of someone else, taking credit for another's work, sending gossipy emails, others actually follow suit. So it's very rare for other coworkers to stand up and say, hey, you're being a douchebag. Like, stop picking on that person. That high school bullying experience actually extends on to your professional life. Those who act rudely experience stronger social support from their peers.
So the part that I actually found the most unsurprising is the more that it's allowed, the more it spreads.
Yeah.
So if somebody in charge doesn't say, or others that are by them, doesn't stick up for the person, everybody's like, oh, license to be an asshole. Okay. Then it spreads like wildfire. And then everybody's a jerk to one another. And then once you started that culture, like it becomes a culture of like, I'm going to be smarter than the other guy. I'm going to find a way to undercut that person, whether it's just to get a cheap laugh or to rise up. I mean, you encourage that, and that festers and it festers.
So it always makes me question whether or not people are inherently good or bad, right? Like, get environment out of it. Like, we as people, are we bad? And then we become civilized, and as a result, we behave a certain way based on that. Because, like, why? Why do we want to be dicks?
Okay.
And why is it that when we see someone else acting like a dick, we use that as an excuse to also be dicks? It's like the Donald Trump effect. Yeah. Donald Trump is a dick, and then all these people, instead of course there's some people that stand up for the powerless, but then you have this huge population of people in the U.S. that are like, yeah, now I can be a dick. Yeah. You know, they feel emboldened by it.
That's right. And somebody's got to put an end to it, and if you don't, right, and then it grows and it grows. So I have a definitive answer, although that doesn't mean that people won't disagree with me and that I won't be wrong. I'd be surprised if Wes didn't also have a definitive answer. But look, I think that people are both. They're both. So, and I don't say that out of because I'm a libby-lib, peacenik, like, oh, we have a better side of ourselves too. Let's talk about our better angels. No, I mean, look, on the one hand, we're super competitive, and that evolutionarily that makes sense. I got to get that berry before she gets it, and then I live and she starves, right? Or I get that rabbit, I live, you don't, right? And so that all makes sense as to why evolutionary you would need that competition. But we're also very social animals. So we're also built to be cooperative. And, we talked about this on a recent show. We go crazy if we're not in the company of others, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why if you put us in solitary confinement, we lose our minds. So we are built to be competitive and cooperative. So is that 50-50? It seems close to 50-50 to me. Could it be 55-45 in one direction? I'm sure it could. It's not that exact, obviously. Right, but in terms of what arises out of those two different natures, it depends on the culture you create.
Yeah, and also we want, as humans, I think you want allies. And so do you make the bad people your allies? Do you just kind of stay quiet? Like, what do you do? It takes balls to kind of stand up against the workplace bully or the bully in school. Yeah. So.
Luckily, I got those. All right, what do you guys think?
Okay, my opinion. We're chimps. Chimps are dicks. Civilization and civilized people are all about the process of trying not to act like a chimp.
Yeah.
But as soon as the chimps get excited about something and they realize this is someone we can go after, the chimps pile on them.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a good or a bad.
No,
it's
we're
I like
chimps. I like that.
And if you want the bad stuff in us is like, chimp behavior.
Every time I have like bad thoughts, I'm going to think of myself as a chimp.
Be like, I'm just a chimp right now.
It's not, and it's not even bad. It's just your animal side. I totally sign on to that. I think that's what it is all about. I mean, just like guys are always trying to get it on. And they go, really? Well, what are you talking about? Well, I understand there's been a bunch of layers put on top of that, but essentially we were created to procreate, and that's what
and to be dicks.
And be dicks in the process.
Well, I mean, look, have you've been places where monkeys roam free? Mm-hmm. Do you leave your doors and windows open?
No.
No, because they're dicks.
They'll take your shit.
They'll take your shit, and they know they're being a dick when they do it.
they'll smile. They'll like
Yeah.
turn back and smile at you like,
That's
got you, motherfucker.
So we're in the process of just trying to control all that.
So obviously our DNA is a little different than the monkeys, but we're also very similar, right? So
There's a couple similarities.
And when we pile on people, in some sense, we're also being cooperative. We're working together to pile on that poor guy.
there you
yeah,
go.
that's
Right?
true.
So all that is also true, and you can't ignore the evolution. I mean, it drove us to a certain place. We're so competitive that our sperm compete with one another, and our penis is designed to compete to shovel out the other guy's sperm that was there before.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but that's literally true. Did an
I know
interview.
it's true.
It's funny every time.
It's just funny every time.
Yeah, it's supposed to, because with the foreskin,
They get it.
serve as a. No, I don't think they do.
Let the man finish. I'm learning something.
Right.
The foreskin
Is the head is designed like a shovel, and the foreskin is the vacuum. So it pulls out the other guy's sperm and shovels it out, and then puts your sperm in
the
there.
barf.
That's how competitive we are. Okay, so. Maybe competitive out, just
Oh,
cooperative a little bit. I've talked myself into, but both sides do exist. So, and as much as guys want to have sex like crazy, even the guys who can get laid every single day, the most famous guys in the world, get married. Yep. There's also a drive to have a single companion, at least for a little while. Right? So
I think that's a cultural overlay, but I think that is stability, and there is a drive for stability.
no, Mark, I don't think it's just cultural.
It's territory?
Yeah,
It's
no.
territorial?
I think that we're evolution. It makes sense that, and this is my theory, but it's not just my theory. That it's about 4 years, super roughly, that we bond together in monogamous relationships until the kid can run away from the line on his own. Yeah, 9 months, and then 3-year-old, hey, he can run pretty fast. Okay, we're moving on. Because evolutionarily, then you want to spread your seed to other people, so you have more variation in the genetic pool. But you want to make sure that all that time you invested isn't wasted when the 1.5-year-old is eaten by the lion. So that's probably how it works. So obviously, all of this is more complicated. But my overall point, despite all this, is don't give up on us. Right? We do have a better side. It's not just, feel-good talk that you get. It is also built into us through evolution so we can all get along and work as a team and win as a team and kill all the other animals. That is what
Really
we
good at
did.
doing.
Right?
Your penis is designed to get rid of the other guys. All right. Remember that also. Okay, so if you remember two things, the good in us and your penis is working for you all
Right.
the time.
And by the way, if your penis is designed that way and you think you're the bad guy, well, she was designed to have several different sperm inside of her, so that's why the penis had to be the shovel and the vacuum. So
Don't look to me for support, man. Look, I read the book too. I thought it was a fascinating book.
So we all like to have sex. There's nothing wrong with that either.